We ready.
All right, we live. Peace, we're back. Street 16 podcast. Mike Barclift, Marco Valencia, and a special invited guest.
Nice.
Dawn Winslow.
Nice.
Dawn Winslow.
Dawn After Dark is in the building. I'm so happy she's here. She's one of these people who makes my job easier because all I have to say is talk. And I can sit back for 45 minutes and you'll be entertained. I can't do this with everybody, can I, Marco?
Hell no.
All right.
Because I'm done.
All right, so Dawn, of course, we love to hear from you on a whole variety of topics. Not the least of which is children. And we were talking about Christmas. And I said that even though I am the anti-Christmas man, I feel like I'm not as grouchy as I used to be about this subject.
He's lying. But go ahead.
But Dawn,
No, he is not as grouchy about the subject. I can attest to that.
right, there you go.
Did you see our episode last year?
I've known Michael for almost 10 years.
I've known him longer than that.
Oh, for real?
He's still grumpy.
Ooh, is he?
Yes.
I feel like he's less grumpy.
Hell no.
Because I remember Mike was really grumpy. He was very Grinch-like.
No, he was cool and chill back in the day when I met him.
How long you known him?
15, 16
Oh,
years.
God.
2001, I think 2001 when we officially met. But
Yeah.
the point is, who
Right, that's
cares?
when I graduated. Ooh,
Nice. High five on that.
2001, yes. I was just a girl.
But the point is, I do believe that tonight is the night. The first time this year, I'm gonna actually say some bad things about Christmas. I
might say something too.
There
You
you
said
go.
bad shit last. Okay. All right. I'm going to just shut the hell
I
up.
said the first time this year.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
And I didn't even really say bad stuff last year. I mean, I'm just, shared my story last year, which I'm going to share another story this year from my book that has to do with Santa Claus.
Okay.
All right. Now, let's let Dawn speak for a minute. I mean, I know that you have children, and
Wait a minute, can the audience hear that? My ride's here. I gotta go.
The sirens.
I gotta go.
they made that joke last episode.
I know, it's all good.
Can you stop calling attention to the fact that we don't have soundproofing in our booth? I mean, we low budget, man.
LB.
Yeah.
But now.
And your
But
drunk
now.
ass need to stop interrupting me so I can get to the point.
Yes, sir. Go
All
ahead.
right. Which was, we would love to hear about Dawn's take on a subject like Christmas and Santa Claus. And, you may speak now.
Christmas and Santa Claus. First of all, guys, I want to apologize for my appearance. I just got off work. So what you're getting right now is just my work shirt off. So in future moments, it'll be better.
She still looks good.
Well,
Go
thank
ahead.
you. Thank you, baby. I'm going to say about Christmas and Santa Claus. I'm a single mother of 3. There is no white man coming down a chimney that I do not have that is putting Christmas presents underneath the tree for my 3 little nigga babies. Okay?
Wow.
So I want to make that very, very clear. My children, do I allow them to have the magic of Christmas? I joke with them about Santa, but when my kids ask me straight up, is there a Santa putting presents underneath the tree? No. Mommy's putting the presents underneath the tree. I am working by the sweat of my brow. I am working from the love that is in my heart to make sure my babies can go to school on the first day after Christmas break and not feel like an outcast. So they're sitting in a therapist chair at 18, 19, and 20 talking about how they had a raggedy ass mama. I'm not doing that. Now, do I believe in this whole Christian thing? No, I do not. I do not believe in this whole Christian Christmas thing. There is no little white baby that was born in the Middle East. And December, but for them it would have been July. I can't. It's cute, it's magical, but when my children ask me, no, mommy did it.
See, I don't think it's that cute. And, magical, that's debatable. But cute, no. I think it is the opposite of cute. And when you take into account that it's corporations that benefit off of this, not necessarily the children. The corporations benefit more
Absolutely
than the children.
right.
Children do fine with love in the home, food and hot water. And I can attest for a person who never experienced Christmas as a child that you can live without it if you choose. Marco.
I disagree wholeheartedly because, and you explained this on one of our previous episodes, that when you were looking out the window, you looked into the dumpsters and saw, presents and stuff from boxes that other kids got, and you felt some type of resentment towards that because you got nothing. And you know what? I've seen shows on Jehovah Witnesses who other Jehovah Witnesses that grew up that way felt the same exact way. You know what I'm saying? They felt the same exact way. We never talked about this, but I can understand that. Because if a day came, you know what I'm saying? Just like you don't celebrate birthdays, but if a day came that I didn't get nothing and everybody in the neighborhood is getting something, I'd be like, fuck this holiday.
Right, but see, it's a societal problem. Society put this in there, and everybody followed along like little mindless puppets. So it's not my fault if everybody jumps off the Brooklyn Bridge. Pause. If I decide not to, I know y'all can look at me as the crazy one, but I'm not the crazy one. Y'all are.
But can I say one thing? Can I add something to that? I think there are two very important things that children need in order to grow up to be happy and healthy. Because from the childhood I had, my main goal with my children is to grow up and not be sitting in a therapist chair talking about how your mother fucked your life up. Right. So,
right.
There are two main things I feel like children need. The first is love, unconditional love and acceptance. That's number one. Number two is not feeling like a goddamn pariah around your peers. Because if we can all go back to our childhood and go back to the feelings we had when we realized that we were different from our counterparts. One of the biggest realizations of that for me was when my parents took me out of regular working class, black and multicultural schools, and they put me in an upper class, white ass school where these people didn't even know black people. The most they knew was Steve Urkel, maybe from Family Matters.
Wow.
They knew no black people. They didn't listen to black music. They didn't know black food. Nothing. And the second part of my childhood that was traumatic was that experience. So a lot of my experiences from that situation were everyone in my class is getting brand new cars for their 16th birthdays. My parents couldn't hardly pay for their own cars. We lived in an apartment where grandparents always stayed with us, aunties, there was always pallets on the floor, and I had kids who had big ass master bedrooms that were like the size of my living room. So a big part of my shame also with childhood was people coming over and my life is less than. So one thing that affects me when it comes to the Christmas thing is I do not want my kids to go back from Christmas break and everybody is talking about the presents they got, or they had a nice Christmas tree or this or that, and mommy didn't do anything because mommy doesn't believe in that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let kids get to an age where they can decide not to do that, but I'm not going to make them feel like a pariah.
Of course.
That's
in
the way
their
I
own,
feel.
and I don't want to do that to my children. They already feel okay. Like, this is 2018. My kids grew up in a house, their daddy don't live in the house.
Right.
But all their friends are like that, so they don't look at it as anything bad.
Let me pause you. Now, what you're admitting to me is that the programming worked.
It did, and you have to admit that too, Mike.
Yeah, I understand it worked on society, all right? And I'm not knocking the people who participate in the program. I'm knocking the program, all right? If you take yourself completely out of the program, you can have your own center bubble of happiness.
I agree.
And you do not have to respond to the puppet master's calendar stamps.
But what about your children, though?
They do not have to respond either.
Okay,
and you know what?
It's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done.
Because
but you know what else is easier said than done? Everything. All right? Take the hard work and deprogram yourself, and you will be fine. Which is why I'm not as grumpy about Christmas as I used to be.
But do you do that with your children?
But they had no choice because from day one, they knew Pops said F Christmas and all this other white man stuff that I never.
So you don't do the birthdays either?
Oh, I celebrate every birthday.
So why choose certain things and not others?
My birthday, my children's birthday is a special day to me. That's why.
Okay.
The things that's marked on the white man's calendars got nothing to do with me.
Got you.
It got to do with the calendar. All right?
All right, let me say this. Because we blame the white man for every goddamn thing. Well, you know what? Just let me say this
We live in a white man's country. We
I
speak the
know.
White man's
I
language.
understand
we have the white
that.
man's religion.
Look.
We have the white man's name.
Hold on.
Is what it
Let him
is.
finish.
Jews don't salute the swastika, but niggas pledge allegiance to the flag that
I don't.
accosted you.
I don't.
But the point is, who fucking cares, man? Just let the kids have the shit that they see all their friends having.
Why?
And then let them, like she said,
I
let them
agree,
make
though.
their own decision.
Let me pause you. I want you to understand what you just said.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna repeat it slow. All right.
Okay. Yeah,
You
gotta
just said.
ain't retarded.
Stop talking then. You just said.
Oh wow.
You just said let the kids have all the things their friends have. Mm-hmm. That's a great model for parenthood.
I mean, look,
You can't. Every parent can't give a child.
yeah,
everything.
you're right, but let them have a Christmas. That's what I'm saying.
But having Christmas and not having
Let them
Christmas
have
does
an Easter
not
egg basket.
break their life or tear their life down. What I'm saying is, what I do is I do a little bit of both. I'm in between. I'm gonna give it to them, but at the same time, if it causes our whole life to collapse, I'm not. And at the same time, I'm not going to allow my kids to believe in illusion. There is no jolly fat white man with rosy cheeks coming down the chimney to give them presents. I work by the sweat of my brow. Everything I do is a toil of love. So I let my kids know that. But does that mean when they talk about Santa, I run into the room and I shut it down? No. But when they ask me, Mommy, did you give me these presents or Santa? I got you the presents.
And see, that's the thing. They shouldn't have to ask you. Because if it wasn't for the program, you've given them everything they've ever had. All right? Every now and then, an auntie or a relative, Uncle Mike might hand them $1. That's coming from someone they can put a finger on. Mm-hmm. They should never have to ask you, did this come from Santa? Because that is saying, did this come from the program?
Okay. Let me say this. I just give it to the kids, and I'll let my kids, when they were growing up, I just let them believe the illusion as long as they would believe it. But ain't nobody stupid, man.
Kids
You
are
see what I'm
still
saying?
Kids
Ain't
like
no,
that.
I mean, because you want to hold on to your magic. It's like a Peter Pan complex.
How so?
You want to hold on to your imagination as long as you can.
And what
Not
happened
to
with
the
Peter
Michael
Pan?
Jackson.
Is the Peter Pan complex ever something has ended in a good story?
No.
No, but I just
But
said.
see, this is the argument you're making. You're saying, even though it's a program, accept the good little things that come from the program. Like the Hansel and Gretel witch who's offering you candy, but she's going to cook you for the wolf. All right? Like, don't accept the good little things from the program unless you're willing to say out loud to your kids, I'm accepting the whole program. And we ending the segment there. We'll be right back after this break. It's the Street 16 podcast.
Pause. I like that. See, that's good.
You're now listening to the Street 16 podcast.